Okay, in this episode, we're going to talk about past continuous in Chinese. As we can see the sentence in the board, I was sleeping when you came. I was sleeping when you came. Was can be seen as the tense of the sentence, and sleeping is the aspect of the sentence. It's a continuous aspect. So it is the same in Chinese. It is very same in Chinese. This sentence can be translated into 我 I was sleeping was can be translated into 当时 当时 means at that time, and this is the tense of the sentence. Tense. So sleeping is the aspect of the sentence. Aspect 正在 it means at the middle of doing something. 正在 and to be exact, this ing can be translated into 正在, right? This ing is the aspect of the sentence. It shows the continuance of the verb, of the action. And 睡觉, as you can see here, 睡觉 means to sleep. Sleep. So, as we said before, in Chinese, verbs or verb phrases don't change in a sentence. They look the same whenever you put them in a sentence. So, 睡觉 to sleep always appears like this when you put these two characters as a subject, or you put them at the end of the sentence. It looks always the same. So the tricky part of Chinese is you don't change the verb, right? In English, you have to change the verb. You have to change the form of the verb. The finite verb, the non-finite verb, right? The participle, the past participle, the present participle. You change the verb according to the tense, according to the aspect, according to the pronoun, the subject. You change the verbs all the time in English sentences. But in Chinese, you do not change the verb in Chinese. You just add the tense and aspect. The tense 当时 you just add that before or behind the verb. So in Chinese, we also have tense and aspect. We have that tools to express our concept or our recognition of time, right, and space. We just use different tools. We just use different methods. And that methods is different characters, right? Different characters. We do not use inflections. We do not use inflections to put suffix behind verbs. We just add new characters in front of or behind the verb or verb phrases. The verb is the same, 睡觉, to sleep. Right? So we can say this sentence as 我当时正在睡觉，你进来了。我当时正在睡觉 means I was sleeping. 我当时正在睡觉。Right? So this was, you can see this was as 当时 and this ing as 正在。 And the sleep will not change, never changes. Sleep never changes in Chinese, right? The verb never changes in Chinese. So 我当时正在睡觉. You can also say this sentence as 我正在睡觉，你进来了. Literally, it means I am sleeping when you came. Literally, it means that I am sleeping when you came. Grammatically, in English, that's not right. You cannot say that, right? I am sleeping when you came in. But in Chinese, literally, you can say that. That is to say, you do not say, you delete this one, right? You delete the tense. Just say, I sleeping when you came, or I am sleeping when you came, because this 正在 is still here, right? 我正在睡觉.我正在睡觉 sleeping, right? If you want to add am, 我正在睡觉，你进来了 when you came. In Chinese, I already told you before, we imply meanings. Chinese do not have a very strict grammar form or grammar structure. If I say 我当时正在睡觉 is the same to say 我正在睡觉 because when I say this sentence, I am not sleeping at all, and you know that, right? Otherwise, I won't talk to you at all. I'm sleeping, right? Some people talk when they're asleep, but most of us don't. So I can say I am sleeping when you came to imply I was sleeping when you came. That's the tricky part. So if you want to sound like a Chinese, you must learn how to or when to delete this one. Right? 我正睡觉 or 我正在睡觉，你进来了. That sounds like if you translate that directly into English, I am sleeping when you came. In Chinese, that's okay. And you sound more like a native speaker. That's very weird. Chinese people don't give a damn about a very strict grammar. So 当时 can be deleted in the Chinese sentence. You can only say 我正在睡觉. It means I am sleeping. But when you add this clause, when you translate this clause here, when you came, 你进来了 or 当你进来, the speaker means that I was sleeping, and the listener will understand that you are talking about a time that you were sleeping. So it's like a common understanding, right? You imply meanings to your listeners, and your listeners receive that imply, and they ignore the grammar mistakes. That's the amazing part in Chinese. If you see Chinese grammar in the perspective of English grammar, right? So today we talked about past continuous. So what I want to say is you can also express past continuous with the same method of present continuous. You can mix up the two tense and aspect only to save your energy, right? You delete this one to save your energy because your listener know or understand you. You don't have to say that much words, right? Okay, see you next time.